So, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, it's an esteemed honor to be here today for this very short session. Normally, this is a 2-day workshop when I work with my clients, but because TSL and its guests are accelerated learners, top talent, we're going to all do it in 9 minutes. So, to begin with, I wanted to thank Cynthia for being such an illuminating speaker, and what a wonderful session she had. So, thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Question for everyone. When you hear the word communicate, what comes to mind? Can you type into your chat? What comes to mind in terms of you when you hear the word communicate? All right. So the various words, there's various meanings. Let me begin with the following. I see it as two ways. There's a formal communications and an informal. A formal communications is one that's very much focused on what we say prepared speeches in Toastmaster world. That which is a presentation, normally it has a PowerPoint as I'm doing now. It's usually one-way telling, and of course, it's something that's prepared ahead of time. The other type of communications we'll look at is looking at informal communications, which is about conversations. So conversations are what? Our table topic. It's informal. It's usually impromptu, which means it's not planned, such as walking down a hallway and your boss asks you, what's the update of your project? How do you respond? You can't say, wait, boss, let me come back to you next day and prepare a presentation for you. You've got to respond immediately. And the other thing about informal communications and conversations is usually two-way engaging. And so today, what we're going to focus on is the informal, the conversations, the impromptu. And by the way, that's normally about 90% of what we do in our jobs, conversations versus presentations, right? So based upon that, here's what I'd like for you to do. Think about this. You're going into a room. It's an interview. Yes, you're looking for a new role. Will it be a promotion or a new job? So what is the most popular question do you think is asked during an interview? Could everyone take off your mutes? Tell me, what's the most popular question that someone will ask you?
Tell me about yourself.
Absolutely, thanks, Webbs. Tell me about yourself. Normally that's how they start an interview, right? And so what are you going to do? So, and there's Webbs there in a new hairstyle. Tell me about yourself. So with that, here's what I want you to do. JJ, I need you to help me to put everyone in breakout rooms. We're going to put you in breakout rooms. You only have 1 minute. Think of this. Maybe you only have 1 minute because time is tight. So you have 1 minute. Partner A gives your intro to partner B, 1 minute. Then partner B gives your introduction to partner A, 1 minute. So you have a total of 2 minutes. We're going to put you in a room and bring you back. So time yourself.
2 rooms?
I want to put 2 people in each room.
2 people each room.
So we have 8, we have 9, 18 people.
Yeah, 6 rooms.
So how about 9 rooms?
9 rooms. Then 1 or 2 participants.
We have total
Yes.
today, so 8 rooms is perfect.
8
Yeah,
rooms,
8.
okay.
Yeah, 2
8.
to 3 participants per room. So I'm going to put 2 rooms. Yeah. For 2
No,
minutes?
2 people per room.
Okay.
JJ, 2 people per room. So in fact, let's make 7 rooms because you and I won't be in the rooms, right? So 7.
7.
Okay, that should work.
Creating rooms now.
All right, remember just 2 minutes, 1 minute each. The person whose birthday's first goes first, all right? Are we ready? 1 minute each. JJ, begin. All right, click on join breakout rooms. Join the breakout room. Okay, JJ, I think it's only you and me left, and Victor. Victor, join the breakout room. Okay, let's time it for 2 minutes and bring them back. Let's see. Okay.
So it's 12:10. So I'll be bringing back at 12:12.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do the breakout rooms for when we co-host.
Right.
Since it's your meeting, you've got the breakout room capabilities. So thanks for your help.
I'm glad to.
All right.
Okay, 1 minute passed.
Great. So good group today, JJ.
Because of you, I'm very lucky to have you.
So Tuesday,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be
you
there.
can join us.
Right.
Okay,
I'll be
great. That'll be something completely different.
There. Okay. I'll be a guest there.
Okay, so did you set the time to welcome back, or you could bring them back? You could call them back, right?
Yeah.
At 2 minutes.
Yeah. Close all rooms will be on
Yeah, 2
button.
minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes
Or
done.
give them yeah, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Give them a couple seconds longer. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So bring them.
Okay.
Bring them on.
Yeah, bring them back.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 47 seconds left.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. So what I'd like you to do is chat your score. So think about that lax activity we just did. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 maybe being low, 5 being high, think about this. How clear was your message in doing your introduction just now? Secondly, how structured was it? And overall, how confident were you? So an overall score for all these criterias from a scale of 1 to 5, just type it in. How do you felt you did? Okay, thanks, Ping. Who else would like to type in? Great, Sue. Good. So as you're finishing to type in, the obvious question, was it easy? Was it easy? So let me know, how did you feel? Relative, okay, a little bit. Yes, good. Now, on the other side of things, let's illuminate this topic a little more. Let's think about what were some of the key challenges here? What were some of the key challenges in this? Type that in. Some people may say it was impromptu. Yes, it's impromptu, but many times you don't have a choice, right? Other people say not enough time, but you cannot negotiate time. If you only have a minute to achieve something, that's what you have to work with. How about the subject matter expertise? You're the experts of yourself, right? You should know yourself. I think one of the biggest challenges in this particular activity, it's not about having enough to say, it's probably about having too much to say. So what do you say first? What do you say second? What do you say third? How do you organize it all? How do you make it very succinct? And that's what we're going to talk about in terms of thinking on your feet, because that's the skill to help you provide structure, organize your thoughts, and give you the best outcome. So I haven't introduced myself yet to any big details, but here's what I'd like to do. If you look on this slide here, there is a host of different terms. Let me read them out aloud. Some are clear, some are very vague, but it's up to you, because what I'm going to do after I read out this list, I'm going to let you nominate 3 key phrases here, and I'm going to introduce myself to you under the same terms in 1 minute. So for example, TEDx, nextly dim sum, thirdly executive coach, nextly DHL, nextly YTM, Columbia, William and Mary, skydiving, PSTM, Wharton, Miss Xerox here, Chase Runaways, and Lamb Institute. So could I have you nominate in the chat room, pick one of these you'd like for me to talk about. So what would you like to learn about me? Tap that into chat. Pick one of these phrases that you'd like me to cover. Okay, Xerox I've got here, dim sum, dim sum. Okay, we got a food group here. Chase Runaways, good. TEDx, Chase Runaways. Okay, so what I'm seeing here with the votes, it looks like dim sum, TEDx, and Chase Runaways. So if I could, JJ, can you do it, help me or Victor with timing for 1 minute? I'm going to introduce myself. And what I want the audience to do is listen in terms of how I introduce myself, and then we'll have a discussion about it. What was the difference between the way I introduced myself and how you had introduced yourself just a moment ago? So let's begin in terms of time. Good morning, everyone. My name is Perry, and allow me to introduce myself in 3 key areas: dim sum, TEDx, and Chase Runaways. Dim sum. As you know, dim sum is a favorite food here in Hong Kong, and it's one of our national treasures. In fact, I had dim sum this morning for breakfast. Nextly, TEDx. I'm not actually a TEDx speaker. I'm a TEDx coach here in Hong Kong. So I work with speakers from around the world, coaching them and deliver strong TEDx speeches. And lastly, Chase Runaways. What do I mean by that? Chase Runaways is when I work with the executive to ensure they have the appropriate authenticity, executive presence, and leadership to make a difference in their jobs. So with that, let me just recap. Firstly, dim sum, my breakfast food. Secondly, TEDx, in which I'm a coach with. And thirdly, Chase Runaways in terms of being a speaker coach. And that's Perry. Thank you. So time, about 1 minute. Now, can I ask you please to type in, or let's turn on your cameras. Let's everyone turn on our mics and tell me, what did I do differently that maybe was different from what you had? What did I do differently?
So fast.
You organize your structure.
Okay, Bernard, tell me more. Organize structure. What did I do about organizing structure?
You mentioned the 3 areas that you want to talk about. You identified it as dim sum, TEDx, and Chase Runaways. And you broke it down to spending some time to, I think you just gave 1 or 2 statements for each of the 3 areas. And then in summary, you mentioned all 3 areas again, and you closed with your name.
Okay, thanks, Bernard. So structure, I did an introduction. I identified the 3 key points I wanted to talk about. And then as Bernard said, I went into the main body of the communication. And with that, then I gave an example I elaborated a little bit so you could understand the context of each of the points. And thirdly, I did a recap. So structure, introduction, main body, and inclusion or conclusion and end. Thank you, Bernard. What else did I do differently?
You opened with your 3 points and you closed with your 3 points.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely, David. So opening and closing. So it's what we call bookends. The introduction and the conclusion similarly. And the episodes as said in terms of the actual topic itself. So with that as such, that's just highlighting what I did. And the question is, what perhaps was different in what you did? So with that, are you ready for a quiz? If we had enough time, I'd let you do it again, but this will be your homework. You could practice again using structure of what I just demonstrated. So is everyone ready for a quiz? So this is the quiz. Here it is. I'm going to put in a number and I want to tell you what it is. Tell me what it is. Let's begin. What is that? Okay. What did everyone see there?
1 and
0, 1.
zeros.
Okay, a bunch of zeros, 1. Any other guess? A lot of figures there, maybe? Computer signs? All right. Now, next, I'm going to show you another one and tell me what you see. You ready? What's that? What did you see there?
Million.
Ones and many
1
zeros.
million.
1, many zeros, 1 million. Do I have a higher bid? Anyone for 10 million? A zillion? That's good. Being a zillion.
Million.
All right. Now, ready? The third quiz. Let's see how we do. Infinity? Oh, okay. Nextly, this. What does everyone see here?
100 million.
All right.
Commas.
Commas.
100 million.
Okay. So it sounds like we have more consistency. 100 million. And I think what Wab said was, what was the difference? Commas. In reality, all 3 examples I showed you were the exact value, but what was the difference between the first one, the second one, and the third one, right? It's what you mentioned earlier and how I introduced myself. It's about structure. If you will, think about the commas here that Wab's point out. The purpose of the commas is to provide structure. Structure in terms of separation, structure in terms of helping to focus, and also at the end of the day, structure in terms of getting the same understanding of the data or the content. So when we do communications, whether it be a table topic or a prepared speech, think about how you organize, how you structure, and how you deliver your particular message. And ideally, instead of having the first example of numbers all over the place, we want to have it at the end in which it's linear with commas in which everyone could get the same understanding and meaning of the particular topic. And that's my message today. So it's about structure. So with that, I wanted to thank you for your time. By the way, this is just a taster. As I said, it's normally a full workshop, but my main focus today is looking at how you can put more structure into communications. And the key KPIs, we call it, the key performance indicators in good communications is about clarity, brevity, and impact. Your message is clear, easy to understand, brief and concise because no one has enough time for the long message. And lastly, impact in which it can be remembered. So with that, just to finish, if you're available next Tuesday, I'm doing a 45-minute workshop with PSTM. You can contact JJ for the details, but PSTM is my home club here in Seoul, Korea, and it's called Hack Your Box, how to leverage your Toastmaster experience for greater success. So with that, I want to turn it back over to you, Mr. Toastmaster JJ, and thank everyone for your attention this morning. JJ.
Thank you, Perry. Thank you. You know what? Yesterday, about mid-noon, I contacted Perry, and he accepted my suggestion that he's giving workshop for the Speakers Lounge Club. So, and he was cool, and he's giving another workshop on Tuesday, and I'm going to cover it in the business session. Now I'm going to cancel the spotlight video. Perry, then it moves. No further ado, I'm going to give you a very small education session. Okay,